Hi everyone, welcome back or to my channel if you guys are new. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my highly requested makeup tutorial. I wanted to throw a quick disclaimer out there that I think everyone, including myself, is absolutely beautiful with or without makeup, and I just do this for fun. Just wanted to remind you guys are beautiful, and also keep in mind that just because these products work for me, they might not work for you. That being said, let's get straight into today's video. So the first thing I like to do is just go in with my little alligator clips. I got these from Walmart and I think they were like $2 or $3 for a 6-pack, so I definitely recommend picking up some of those. I like to use them because I don't like my hair in my face because I need to be able to like blend and everything like that. Also, as you guys might see, I do have a little friend up here, so I'm going to be trying to cover that up also in today's makeup video. So the first thing that I like to start off with is skincare. I think skincare is such a vital step in your makeup routine, and I think it's really important that you choose good products because it's setting down a base for your makeup. So the first thing I recommend starting off with is a serum. So I switch between a lot of serums. Sometimes I use snail mucin, sometimes I use hyaluronic acid, sometimes I use glycolic acid, but today I'm going to be using the niacinamide from The Ordinary. I like to use this one because I feel like it kind of makes my pores disappear and gives me a really smooth base. I did want to add that I did shave my face before this, and I like to do that because it gets rid of all that peach fuzz so your makeup doesn't cake onto it. I also like to start off with a face mist so that my face can get nice and damp so that the serums can really soak into my skin. And this one is just the Brilliance Refreshing Facial Mist. I love this one because I feel like it really calms down my skin because of all the things that are in it. And now I'm just going to apply my serum. I like to apply it on my hands because I just feel like if I put this on there, it'll like transfer bacteria, and I'm really scared of that. The next thing I like to go in with is just a little bit of hyaluronic acid. Let me focus it. This is just one I got from TJ Maxx, and I like to do this because it makes your skin a lot more hydrated and dewy. Sometimes I'll also use these Sisua toner pads, but I actually forgot to do it today, but you can do that and you can also do toner as well. I recommend doing that first because it helps exfoliate all the dead skin and nasty stuff off your face. So the next thing you're going to want to go in with is a moisturizer. I like to use gel moisturizers because I have combination skin, but you're really going to have to try out a few to figure out which works best for your skin. The ones that I'm really liking right now are the Dr. Belmeur one. This is the Cica Hydro Cream, and also the Bubble Level Up Balancing Moisturizer. I think today I'm going to use Bubble, and I'm just going to pop the little flower out. And I'm also going to put in my Lumi Glotion Drops in the shade 904. I like to do this in the winter because I get kind of pale and I like a nice little bronzy look. Then I just mix that and I'm going to apply it to my face. I actually did film this video, this exact same video, I think like a week ago, but I was just editing on the couch like an hour ago, and I got through like 5 minutes in the video and I was like, I cannot post this. For some reason, I think I was like a little bit sick that day or something, but I seemed so agitated and I was like, this is not the kind of quality of video that I want to be putting out. Also, I've really been struggling a lot with being my true authentic self on camera. What I mean by that is usually like with my mom and my family and stuff, I am like so funny. I'm always cracking jokes, and for some reason like on YouTube, I just cannot do that. I don't know what it is, but my body just doesn't let me. So this year, I'm trying to just loosen up and be myself more. Next, I'm just gonna go in with this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. This one is such a good one, and I actually prefer this one over the Milk Hydro Grip. And if you'll actually see, they're actually the exact same color and texture. And I'm just gonna put this all over my face. Look at that. I switch between using these two. This is the L'Oreal True Match in the shade N2 and the e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade 3. I'm just finding that the paler I get in the winter, the more orange this makes me look, so today I'm just going with this one. This one is definitely a buildable foundation, but it could be super light coverage if you wanted it to. I'm just going to pump a little bit of this on the back of my hand and then apply with my fingers to start off with. I actually forgot that I was going to use this new product I got today for my pimple, and this is the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. So as you guys can see, I'm going to let it focus. It has like a green tint to it, and that's really helpful when you have like red spots. So you can use this for rosacea, pimples, all the things like that. I'm just going to take a little bit and apply it to that area. This is my first time trying this, so we'll see if it works or not. I just wanted to test it out to try to get the redness down in this pimple. And I'm just going to blend it in with my Minaj Angled Shading Brush. So I just blended that in, and I would say it took down the redness a lot, so now I'm going to reapply that foundation all over my face. One of my biggest things that I've changed in my makeup routine that I really feel like has made my skin look a lot less cakey and more smooth and skin-like is switching to blending with brushes first. I feel like applying most of my products first with brushes has helped it seamlessly blend into my skin. So here's what it looks like after blending it in with the brush, and now I'm just going to take my brand new beauty blender and I'm going to blend it. When I actually filmed this like a week ago, I used my old beauty blender, and you guys, it's actually so embarrassing because this is what it looks like. I think that I've literally had this beauty blender since I started doing makeup on YouTube, so it was time for a new one. I've also never had like a real beauty blender before, so I'm super excited to try this, and I'm just spraying it with a little bit of the ''𝒉𝒨 spray. So now this is where I like to switch it up because most people like to do their concealer first, and I like to do my bronzer, then my blush, then my concealer. I find that when I do that, everything looks so much more seamless instead of just like sitting on top of my skin. So first, I'm just going to go in with my Tarte brush, and I'm going to use this angled side, and then my Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. So now I'm just going to apply it, and then I'm going to put it where you usually put your bronzer or your contour. If you guys have any video ideas, make sure to comment them down below. I know I say it at the end of every video, but I've been a little stumped lately on what to film, and I just want to make sure I'm filming videos that you guys want to see. I was also thinking about maybe filming a blindfolded makeup challenge to see how well I would do, so if you're interested in that, let me know. So lately I've been switching between the Rare Beauty in the shade Happy and the e.l.f. Camo Blush in the shade Pinky Promise. To me, these are definitely dupes for each other, but I do find that the e.l.f. is almost a little bit harder to blend and can get patchy if you don't work fast with it. So today I'm just going to go in with my Rare Beauty because it's truly my ride or die. Also, because I don't like to use liquid highlighters because I find that they are really patchy on your skin, I just like to go in with the Lumi Glotion in the shade 902, and I just put that on my cheek. And then I just put my Rare Beauty Happy right next to it. Me personally, I feel like I know how to control this blush now. I don't have to be so careful with it, but if you're new to liquid blushes, I definitely recommend going in with a very tiny drop. Now I'm just going to go in with my Tarte blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that all the way down to the apple of my cheek and all the way up to my eyebrow. If it looks a little bit crazy, that's okay, because then you're just going to go in with your concealer and it's kind of going to help clean it up. I also believe that it might be time for me to clean this brush because I think that might be why I'm having trouble controlling my liquid blush lately. So the next step is concealer. My favorites are the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer in the shade 120C, and the Tower 28 is by far the best concealer I've ever tried, and this is in the shade 2.0 BU. And here's what the product looks like just in case you're wanting to buy it. Here's the Rare Beauty. So I like to use these for two different reasons. If I'm doing a super natural makeup look, I'll use the Tower 28 on its own because it is my exact skin color. But when I'm doing looks that I like a little bit more coverage and color, I'll take the Rare Beauty one and add it because it brightens my face. So what I like to do is take a little bit of the Tower 28 right here and a little bit at the end and repeat on the other side. And then I like to take my Rare Beauty and I'm just going to apply a little bit in the middle, and a little bit goes a long way with this because it's really full coverage and it's really blendable. Then you're just going to take your beauty blender and you're just going to blend it, and make sure you carve out your nose and go up to the top where your blush is. I also like to put it on my eyelid so that my eyelid can be even with my skin tone. Okay, and here's how my under eyes look. And now I'm just going to take the Tower 28 and I'm going to put this on anywhere where I have acne spots or acne, like up here. I'm going to put that right there, and then I have a little spot right here, and I'm going to put a little bit on my chin to even it out. If you want to, you can also take a concealer like this and you can carve out your cheekbones so that everything looks a little bit more snatched and lifted. I don't do this every day, but I'm gonna do it just so you guys can see how it looks with it. And here's what it ends up looking like. Then I'm just gonna take the Rare Beauty and I'm gonna put it in places that I want to brighten. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my chin, a little bit under my nose, and a little bit on the top of my forehead in between my eyebrows. I absolutely love this 𝒉𝒨 spray. I would really love to work with them one day. I am on their PR list, but I would really love to like collaborate with them on a video. I'm just gonna go in with that shading brush and blend in my brightening concealer. Now the next step is to bake. I'm using the Rachel Couture Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that into the cap. Now this step is personally so important to me. I got these little sponges. I think these are called powder puffs from Shein. They're super simple. This is what they look like. I think there was like a pack of like 30 or something for $2. And I'm just going to pat it into my powder and wipe off the excess. I don't like to bake because it makes me look cakey, so I just carve out and then actually press the powder into my face to get rid of all that oil. And look how much more natural that looks instead of baking. Next, you're going to take a little bit of powder and you're going to go in that same pattern that you did the concealer, and you're just going to carve it out. And make sure you blend your powder all the way to the bottom so it looks even. Now while that's waiting, I'm just going to comb out my eyebrows. I actually have really fluffy eyebrows, so I literally just use a spoolie and brush them out. Sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I'll draw them, but I feel like they look so much more natural when I just brush them. Now I'm just going to take a brush and wipe all that powder away. Now I'm just going to dip into my Tarte Glamazon palette, and I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip into the Elements, and I'm going to dip into this blush shade right here. I'm going to be careful to just put a little bit so that I don't overpower it. Now I'm going to dig into the same palette and I'm just going to use this bronzer shade to put on top of my cream bronzer. Now this palette is really dirty, please excuse it, but this is the best highlighter I've ever tried in my life. It is the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey highlighting palette. I like to go in with my little highlighting brush on the back of my other Tarte brush, and I'm going to dip into these 3 shades right here. And watch how beautifully it glides onto my skin. I honestly don't even know if they sell this palette anymore because I feel like I've had it for a few years, but if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend trying it out. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the tip of my nose and on my cupid's bow. Me personally, I love an inner corner and tip of the nose highlight, so I just go in with the So Rich Glow Light. And I just take my pinky and I just put a little bit on top of that highlighter and then put the tiniest bit on the very inner corner of my eye. I know not everyone is a fan of this, and that's okay. This is just personally something that works to really brighten up my eye. I'm gonna take a wipe and just wipe off the product off my lip because it's really bothering me. And now it's time for lashes, which is definitely my favorite part. This mascara is absolutely the best one that I've ever tried. This is the Give Them Lala Beauty Mascara. You guys might know Lala Kent. She plays in Vanderpump Rules, the reality TV show. This is her beauty brand, and it is, like I said, the best one that I've ever tried. The first thing I like to do is just take my Tarte eyelash curler and curl my lashes. I like to pick mine up a little bit to give them a little bit more length, but definitely be careful if you do that. And I like to do it at least a couple times because I have lashes that really like to stick out straight, so I really want to make sure that they're up. Then I just like to take a spoolie and brush out my lashes and make sure they are nice and even and not clumped together. Now this mascara is a little bit of a wetter formula. Obviously, as you can see on my dirty lid, I like to clean it off so that it's not clumpy. Then I'm just going to take it and I'm going to apply a very thin layer. I like to barely touch my lashes with it because, like I said, it's a wetter formula, so it applies super easily. I also wanted to say that I don't do my bottom lashes anymore because I found that they made my eyes really small, so I just do my top ones. And here's what it looks like with one coat compared to my other eyelashes. Now I'm just going to wipe that excess mascara off my lid. And I'm just going to repeat the same thing on my other eye. Me and my mom were talking about these stray cats because we have a lot of stray cats and we have a little kitten in our backyard, and it's literally like 10 degrees today in Texas, which is so crazy. So we've built them a little house with a heat lamp, but they're so stubborn and it takes them until like 6 p.m. to get into it. So we've been trying to coax them to get into it all day, and they finally did, so I'm so happy. Actually been bringing the kitten in at night to heat him up because he's only like 4 pounds and 4 months old. We just want to make sure nothing happens to him. I really don't like those days when half of your lashes are lashing and the other half of them aren't doing anything. And it's funny because usually this side is my better set of eyelashes. And here's what my eyelashes end up looking like. I think they look so beautiful and so natural. A lot of mascaras that I've tried just look so gross and crusty on my eyelashes, and an hour after I put them on, there will be like black fallout all under my eye, and I cannot stand that. Again, I'm gonna go in with my Brilliant spray just to kind of lock everything in. And the last step is lips. My lip routine changes every day. I think today I'm just going to take my Summer Friday Lip Butter Balm in Pink Sugar and my Morphe pencil in the shade Pumpkin Spice, and I'm just going to lightly line my lips with this. I like to smile when I line my lips because it gives a much more natural look. I have been in love with this ever since I got it, and I definitely think that like everybody needs this. This is in the shade Pink Sugar, and when I tell you guys it smells exactly like one of those sugar cookies from elementary school, it could not get any more accurate. It is also just so glossy and hydrating, and I'm so excited I got this for the winter. So here's the finished look. I love the way that this one turned out way better than last time, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below any ideas you have for future videos, and let me know if you want to see a blindfolded makeup challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I love every single one of you. Bye!